you should be doing clear thinking every second, every minute, every hour of every day, of every week, of every month, of every year as you're doing your work, right? Clear thinking is not like, oh, I have reserved the slot between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. in my calendar for clear thinking. Tell me, what are you doing the rest of the time? When you decide to send this Slack reply to this person who's been pinging you about this feature request, how are those words emanating from you? Like, what is the process that goes on that gets you to write the words you write in your Slack reply? You're doing clear thinking all the time. It's not like you're doing it separately somehow. And ultimately, it's all about clear thinking, right? And in fact, the problem is that we don't value clear thinking as much as we should. We don't value this ability to even at times pause and not make a decision or make a quicker decision. And over time, what happens is we just get driven by almost these algorithms, corporate algorithms, like this is how we do it, right? We think we're applying a lot of like strategy and lots of, you're not, right? To take an example, it is very common in many cases to say, yeah, we're not quite sure here. Let's run an experiment and see, and let's use that data. So here's the thing. For many years, I did that because I was also driven by those. Somebody wrote those corporate algorithms, and now I'm just basically an implementer of those algorithms. So I did that for a while. And then at some point in my leadership journey, I kind of saw the problems with that approach. So over time, slowly, I started to change my approach. At which point, sometimes in a meeting where we are discussing, yeah, we're not quite sure, maybe we should run an experiment and figure it out, or let's give it to users and then see what happens. I do that even in my advising calls, today, right? When I'm working with founders, where something like this will come up and they'll say, yeah, we want to launch this and we'll try this out and see what happens. I simply ask them one simple question, as I would with my team too, which is, well, let's assume you've run this test or experiment. Tell me under what circumstances you're going to choose A versus B. Because it's usually something like, we don't know if this will resonate, so let's do something. Okay, tell me, like, what data do you need to see to say it resonated versus it did not resonate? And if it resonated, we're going to go build it out more fully. If it did not resonate, we'll scrap it, right? Like, what data do you need to see? Tell me that. And when you actually go down that line of questioning and discussion, you realize that it's actually a foregone conclusion, one way or another. It's like, why are we messing around then? Why don't we just not build the thing, right? Or why don't we just build the thing, but now with more conviction? What's the point? And sure, afterwards, if the data indicates that it's useless, we'll scrap it anyway. But why pretend to everyone that it's an experiment? Because in this case, the reality, the truth of the matter is, the whole, let's just do it, is a way to achieve two objectives. One, it's a way not to think hard enough because we hate thinking hard, right? So it's basically a way to avoid that thinking. And second, it is a wonderful group consensus tool because everyone will say, yeah, sure, let's put it out there, because who can argue with that, right? Like, yeah, let's work on this for 4 weeks. Let's put it out there and we'll see. So this kind of thing happens all the time. To be even more concrete in this type of situation, like sometimes I'll ask, okay, so you're saying you're going to build this for 3-4 weeks. What evidence do you need to see to know that there is a lot of promise in whatever this is? It's like, oh, when the users who use it, if they're raving about it, if they love it, then we will know that we need to build this further. Okay, you are building this only for 3 weeks. Are you going to be able to build it fully in a way that users will absolutely love it, in a way that users will say, this is 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10? No, actually, in 3 weeks, we will just be able to do a basic thing. Okay, so then are they going to tell you that they absolutely love it? No. Then how are you going to decide in 3 weeks what to do? So just by asking these questions, we now have a choice, which is like, should we change the 3-week timeline? Like build it in a way that is more lovable, right? So that we can actually validate our hypothesis or not, right? So now let's discuss that. Whereas previously, without just these simple 2 or 3 questions, the 3 weeks was a foregone conclusion. But why was it a foregone conclusion? It doesn't have to be. So this is where what I'm saying is you're doing clear thinking all the time. It's not like some separate time at which you decide to do clear thinking. And the fundamental problem with every product leader, product team that is not achieving its potential, whatever that may be, is that they are not doing this. And they think they are being very independent and self-driven, etc., but all they are doing is they're implementers of these corporate algorithms that were written by some people, I don't even know who.